Welcome to the Art of Hitting channel. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the arm bar. In the art of hitting as a concept, small details make a big difference. A few details are more misunderstood than how the arm actually works in a powerful, efficient swing. Today, longtime Art of Hitting Club member Gary Benton breaks down one of the most debated movements in hitting, the role of the lead arm and the truth behind what some may call the arm bar. Is it a flaw that costs you power and adjustability? Or is it just a natural move that, when used correctly, can unlock explosive bat speed and consistency? Gary's insight and personal experience on how the lead arm truly controls the swing path, keeps the barrel in the zone longer, and channels power through the core. He's going to share that with you, so listen closely. This is kind of a nuance that separates good hitters from great ones. Here we go. Gary, I wanted to make a video about the mechanics of your arm, and I remember you dealing with Steve Imlay, and I'd like you to relate what he worked with you on your on the use of your left arm and the arm bar and that kind of thing. Can you expand on what
Yeah, absolutely. You introduced me to Steve Imlay, and he identified some things he felt like he'd help with my swing. So I was very eager to listen to what he had to say, and actually I'm very glad I did, because what he showed me actually increased power, and what he did was increase that lever. And what I'm talking about, I've come from baseball. I played JUCO baseball coming up, high school through JUCO. So many of us did. We've got that baseball background. We want to be very short, compact, and quick to the ball. Well, softball, you don't have to. But as a result, what I was always taught was, I want that elbow nice bent right here, right? So as I'm sitting, my elbow's got a nice bend in it. All Steve wanted to do was lengthen that. He wanted to extend that lever, and kind of like what I would do and everything, I'm still connected to the body. And that lever, instead of being bent, I'll just take it back, almost into a straight bar, arm bar, if you will. Now, a lot of people associate that arm bar with casting or sweeping to the ball. And that's not really true. As long as you stay connected, what you're doing is you're extending that lever. If I get out here and I'm disconnected from the body, then that's a bad thing. I'm gonna sweep to the ball. I saw all upper body swing. I'm getting no legs, no power from the ground up. But if I stay connected, whether I'm here or long, I'm generating a longer lever. Longer lever creates more power. So that's really what Steve focused on, and it helped me a lot.
So let's go through that one more time. You were doing what, and he changed you to what? Show me that.
What I was always taught would basically use your power L's.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it L's as I'm in the swing. I'm right here.
Yeah.
I'm connected, but I'm got that nice bend in the elbow, and I'm going around to the body. I'm maintaining it.
And that's what you did.
And right.
And contact. Now, what did how did he change you?
So I went from here, this movement here, just pushing the arm straight back.
So you just go back a little more. So you don't have an L. You got
It's still a slight bend in it.
Yeah.
There's still going to be some bend in it. I'm not going to go straight.
Yeah.
I mean, just probably doesn't feel comfortable. But if I can get to that point here, I've extended that lever. If you sit there and watch, my lever starts right here. As soon as I go straight, I've created about 6 to 8 inches on that lever. And we've always said, the longer the lever, the more power you're going to generate, right? More bat speed.
So that extends it like the overlap grip.
Yeah, exactly. And then you go to that overlap grip, it extends it even more.
Yeah. But, so I was going to ask you a question there on when you're holding your bat, you hold the bat up, down. How are you holding the bat when you do that arm?
Well, I don't like my hand going up too much like that, because when I do that, a lot of times, what I find anyway.
But you see where your bat is down like that? Do you keep that bat down like that?
I want to be right here.
Okay.
You know, when I went from the launch point. I mean, you'll see while I was doing all this stuff here, but when I launch, I want to launch from this point right here. Because as I pull through, I'm on plane, snap, and I'm on plane the entire way through the ball.
And that's after you stop on your walk up, right?
Yes, after I stop and walk up.
So how was did it make a difference when you changed your arm bar I guess technique?
Well, I initially did it about 2 years ago before I tore my rotator cuff, and I think it did. It gave me more consistency than anything else. Because if I've got that arm here, then I've got that play, right? That I can adjust with my hands and this part of my arm to the ball. But if I'm here, it's almost like a golf swing straight here. It gives me consistency going back to that ball. So now all I got to do is identify, and if the ball's inside, all I got to do is just open up sooner and get through that ball.
John, you understand what he's saying there too?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's clear, like we put this out here. So show us now the way that you set up and how you go through it. So we just went through the process of you doing the way you used to do it, and then the way he changed you. So show us, start from finish, the way you do it.
Well, and so before, when I was stationary, was when I actually did it 2 years ago. And it's actually changed now, and I'm actually trying to make those mechanics move over to walk in the box. So when I walk the box, same concept though. I'm sitting up, making that longer lever instead of here, longer lever. You know, I'm out here, so I step behind, and when that plant, I want to be at the same launching point right here. You know, so I've still got a longer lever, and I'm coming through. I'm still connected and hitting the wall. But and that's where the walk up, it creates a lot of moving parts. Staying in that position is the hard part that I'm finding to do. So the consistency's not exactly there yet, but I'm working on that, and it's getting better. But the biggest thing that I want to sit there and talk about is the connection piece. And that's where a lot of people get confused, because they think whether the arm's bent or whether the arm's strong, if I don't have connection, I'm sweeping to the ball. All I've got is my upper body strength and my arm strength to really power that ball through. And when I say connected, if you sit there and look from the side, if I'm out here, if you can see my arm, bottom of my armpit, I'm disconnected from my body. This arm is independent of my body, but as soon as I bring it in tight, right here, and a lot of times what you want to do is you can get like a little small ball, maybe a ping pong ball, golf ball, put it underneath your armpit and hold it there through your swing, at least through contact.
That's an old baseball trick, ain't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. But that's how you can stay connected. If you go here and that ball drops, you lost connection.
John, you got any questions for this help emphasize?
No, it all makes sense, because when you see a lot of baseball players now practice with that little band that holds your arm, and they swing with that band so they can't swing that out.
Yeah.
So it makes perfect sense. So if you're way out here, I mean, it's just not going to work as well. You got everything in here, and all your body weight and all your body strength is going into that swing.
Yeah.
But it makes a lot of sense, yeah.
Now, are you, you know, there was one thing that adds to this, hands close to your body, hands out. The theory is keep your hands closer to your body, right?
Yeah, no, and what they're right and what they're really talking about, in my opinion, is they're talking about they want that connection. So a lot of times, if my hands are out here, a lot of people don't think about this and they get disconnected. But if I bring it in here, it brings this closer, so I have a better chance of staying connected. I think that's what they're really talking about there with the hands in versus out. So, but what's important is this piece right here is I want to stay connected to the body right here. So when that body moves, my arm's moving with it. I'm not moving my arm, my body's moving my arm. I'm instant hanging onto the bat.
Let me interject something I've thought all my life, but is that the reason you want to keep your hands in is like fighting. You know, when you throw a punch, you're throwing it from, you know, closer to your body. Because if you're throwing a punch and out here, right, you don't have that extension. You see what I mean?
Right.
You agree with that or what?
I've used that analogy, but I've used it for the backhand, for the top hand, not the front arm.
Well, it makes sense for the top hand.
Because it's like for me and if you think about this, when I talk about that
But an overlap grip, one hand is with the other hand, right?
They are, but the thing is, what this arm does is how it's going to react. If I get up here, it's going to push that bat, and you're going to
top it, get on it.
You're going to go over the bat.
When you were talking about hands close or far away, if your hands are in here, I mean, there's just nothing. You're not going to get any power. I mean, that's kind of what you do when you get caught on a funky pitch. You pull your hands in. But even though you want to stay connected, you want those hands to be out there.
Oh, yeah, but I'm saying that if you're out here...
You just don't want to be like, you know, like this.
Yeah.
That's what Gary, I think, is saying is stay
No,
connected.
I totally
Get
agree
your
with
arms out
that.
there.
And I don't know if we're talking the same way or not, but we may be confusing the audience, so we'll just drop that part of it. because the idea is that you want to get your arms out on a swing for sure. And if your hands are out already, I don't know. Does it
Well,
cut?
in his terms, you want to get them out, but still be connected.
Yeah, that's
The
it.
key
Okay.
thing is
that's the key. You
staying
get
away
them out.
as far
but
as hands out. I think that will confuse a lot of people. But
Yeah.
if you want to say stay connected and my shoulders connected to my body, but my hands, what my hands are doing, as long as I'm staying connected through here, is almost independent. But the thing is, I want to get as long as the lever as I can, staying connected.
So then you turn your hips and your hands come. The last thing come around, right?
Right. It's if I'm going through, I'm turning my hips, my body's turning my bat, and my body is actually pulling my bat through using the kinematic sequence as we talked about earlier. It's pulling my bat through. I'm not independently pulling it through with my hand or arm. My body's pulling it through right here, and then at the top, it's like almost like I push that punch and I push from the elbow to snap.
Okay. You want to close it? You want to final last words from Gary Benton?
Sure. When you're talking about the swing, the biggest thing is stay connected. Whether you're starting with your hands back here, or a lot of people will sit there and step away from their hands, and they use that concept. That's what a lot of baseball players do. They'll start here, and when they step, they go back. And that's okay too, as long as when you do that, you can get to the same spot and you can stay connected. So to me, I like to simplify it, especially walking the box. I like to simplify it where I can. So I'm starting with that extended lever, getting connected. And so when I swing, all I got to think about is my lower half and my hands just going through the ball.
Yeah. Well, I got some slow-mos of your swing I'm going to put on this. You got a very good swing, man. Thanks a lot, Gary.
Yes, sir.
Well, great insight from Gary Benton, reminding us that the arms aren't just along for the ride. They're the connection between timing, technique, and power. Whether you're working to stay connected or learning to use the lead arm for more pop, remember, it's about finding what fits your swing. Now, thanks for watching another Art of Hitting Club segment. Stay strong, swing smart, and we'll see you in the next video, folks. Have a good day.
You might have heard the pitch there a little
too flat.
Little too flat. Nope. Another shot hit in the direction of the left fielder Armitage, and he's just going to stand and watch that one go. And boy, it looks like